Good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Neetu Gahlot. I am working as assistant professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon, and I am from the Applied Science Department. And today I'm taking my 22nd lecture. That is the part of atomic structure and the molecular structure. And in this lecture, um, the covered topic is the hydrogen atom and the wave function, and the plots of these functions to explore their spatial variations. So that now, so first topic of this lecture is the wave mechanical model for hydrogen atom, and this lecture. This topic is also related to our previous lecture, in which we have already discussed the general introduction and the concept of the Schrodinger wave equation. And at the Schrodinger wave equation, we find that there are the equation, and here that is a combination, or we can say the Arvin Schrodinger gives this equation with the help of the de Broglie equation and the Heisenberg uncertainty principle theory. So that the equation is d square psi upon dx square plus d square psi upon dy square plus d square psi upon dz square plus 8 pi square m upon h square e minus b psi is equal to 0. So that is the Schrodinger wave equation. And now we are finding the wave mechanical model for the hydrogen atom. So here uh, we know that the hydrogen atom and the hydrogen like atoms species, example of the He positive, lithium 2 positive, beryllium 2 positive, 3 positive. These are resemble with the one another in having the because they have the one electron around their nucleus, but they differ, but there's a difference in their nuclear charges. So the hydrogen atom consists of an electron and a proton of charge. Okay, so the hydrogen-like species have one electron and the charge, and there the nucleus has the, that is Ze positive charge. So Z is the atomic number of the such atom. So here the Schrodinger equation for the motion of the single particle. So this is the Schrodinger equation, and here we can see that the x, y, and z, these are the coordinates of the particle. Okay, so then the hydrogen, for the hydrogen atom, there the reduced mass is mu, that is the m, the mass of electron into mass of nucleus upon mass of electron plus mass of nucleus. That is, replace the mass where the mass of electron and the mass of nucleus are the mass of the masses of the electron and the nucleus respectively. So we know that the mass of the electron is lesser than the mass of the nucleus, and so the hydrogen like atom can have the two kinds of motion. Here the one is the revolution of electron around the nucleus, and the second is the translation motion of the system, or it is the center of the mass, or we can say that the nucleus. So assuming that the nucleus center of mass is not moving, so we consider only the revolution of the electron around the nucleus. So the where E represent the electronic energy, and for the hydrogen atom, we know that the hydrogen-like atom. So we can see here that the d square psi upon dx square plus d square psi upon dy square plus d square psi upon dz square plus 8 pi square mu upon h square e minus v psi is equal to 0. So we have now we know that the x, y, z are the coordinates of the center of mass of the system. And for the hydrogen atom, the moving under the central field of the nucleus. So according to the Columbus law, the force of attraction between these particles is F, and F is equal to, that is the minus Z square upon R. So when we put the value of V, or the charge of the nucleus, charge on nucleus, electron of the charge on the electron, and the radius in the distance between the two. So this is the minus Z square upon R. So we can put the value of the V, that is minus Z square upon R, at the Schrodinger equation, so that we find that psi is that d square psi upon dx square plus d square psi upon dy square plus d square psi upon dz square plus 8 pi square m upon h square, and e plus z square upon r psi is equal to 0. This is the wave equation for the Schrodinger wave equation for hydrogen atom. Here we know what is the psi and the psi square. These are already discussed in our previous lecture, but here I repeat again that the psi means psi. There is no significant. Psi is the amplitude, and the psi square is the probability of finding the electrons. So here the psi square and the d2. So these are the here we know that the psi has not its physical significance, and psi square, it gives the probability of finding the electrons in the certain area, and the d2, that is the, so these are the probability of finding the electrons in the small volume, that is the d2. So here the d2 is represent the uh, dx dy and the dz, मतलब x से भी बहुत छोटा सा part जो है, that is the small volume in the 3 coordinate. So these are the d2 and dx dy and the dz. And the psi star or is a complex conjugate, and psi and star is always positive and the real. So when we know that when the psi square, the value of psi square is very high, so it means there is the atomic orbital is here, and when we know that the value of the psi square is 0, so it means there are the not any electron present, or it is called the node. Okay, so the wave function can be given in the terms of the Cartesian coordinate and the polar coordinate. तो या तो हम किस में मान सकते हैं कि वो एक्सिस के अराउंड है, कि एक्स वाई जेड जो आप हमारे एक्सिस है, और या फिर वो एंगल के साथ में मिलेगा. So that is the polar coordinate. So here are the two coordinates. First is the Cartesian coordinate. These are the x, y, z, and the polar coordinate. So these are called the r, theta, and the phi. So now the polar coordinates, as we know, what are the polar coordinates? So we know that the polar coordinates are the r, theta, and the phi. So r where this can be represent the number, and n is the quantum number, and r is the quantum number, and where n is show the principal quantum number, and l is for the azimuthal quantum number. So we all know about the quantum numbers. These are the four types of the quantum numbers. The first is the principal quantum number, which is represented by the n. Then the second type of quantum number is the azimuthal quantum number, and denoted by l. And then the third type of the quantum number is the magnetic quantum number, that is represented by m. And the last type of the quantum number is called the spin quantum number. Okay, so there are the these are the four types of the quantum number. As we studied these quantum number in our last classes, or 11th or 12th classes. So that uh, here the n is the principal quantum number, l is the azimuthal quantum number, and r is the depends on the radius. R is the radius. Okay, and so that it is called the, here it is called the radial wave function. Okay, then here we can see that theta for L means that is the azimuthal quantum number, and M for magnetic quantum number, and the phi for the magnetic quantum number only. So both are depends on the angle. Okay, N and above that we see that the principal quantum number, R means that is the principal quantum number, and azimuthal quantum number depends, and the theta and phi, they both are the depends on the angle. So these are called the angular wave function. Now come to the radial probability function and the radial probability distribution curve. So here here the imagine a large number of the, we can imagine here the a large number of the spherical shell, or of the very small thickness. We can see in the diagram that there are the spherical shell, or the thickness is very small, that is present concentration concentrically around the nucleus. So the probability of finding the electrons in the spherical shell of the thickness which is denoted by the this is the dr at the distance r. R is the radius and dr is the thickness, है ना, of the spherical shell. And at the r, the distance r from the nucleus is called the, that is called the radial probability. So now it is equal to product of the volume of the cell of thickness dr and the probability chi square per unit volume. So that is the radial probability, and that is the 4 pi r square dr into chi square. Okay, then the volume of the spherical cell of thickness dr at the distance r from the center can be calculated as the follows. These there he can so there we can calculate by this formula. Here is the required value volume. Required volume is equal to volume of sphere with radius plus thickness, that is the dr, minus the volume of sphere with radius r. Okay, so the volume of a sphere with the radius plus dr, so that is the 4 by 3 pi r plus dr cube, and minus the volume of a sphere with the radius r, that is the 4 by 3 pi r cube. And here the after solving we find that the 4 pi r square and dr. So that is the, here that is the radial probability, it is 4 pi r square dr. So dr and its high power are neglected because dr is very small. Okay, so it is more useful to study the radial probability at a different distance from the nucleus, and the plots of the radial probability versus distance from the nucleus, these are called the radial probability distribution curve. Okay, the radial probability distribution curves for um, we can see that these are the one for the 1s orbital, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d orbitals for the hydrogen atom, and we can draw these probability distribution curve. So now the probability radial probability distribution curve. So here these are the curves which is shown here. So these curves shows the distribution of the probability of the charge density of the electron around the nucleus, that is radially. Okay, so here this is the representation for 1s and 2s. These are the diagram for the 1s. Here that is the graph plot between the radius and the probability, radial probability. Okay, so there for the 1s, 2s, 3s, 2p. So here we can draw these probability distribution curve. So the radial probability distribution curve for here is the for 1s orbital. So the probability, that is the chi square of finding the 1s electron is maximum because near the nucleus. So however the volume, that is the 4 pi square dr, is very small because r is very small near the nucleus. So hence the radial probability, that is 4 pi r square dr chi square, is very small near the nucleus. As the distance r from the nucleus increases, that the chi square goes on decreasing, whereas the volume 4 pi r square dr goes on increasing. Okay, so in the beginning, as the decreases in the value of chi square is not so large as compared to the increases in the volume of r, the radial probability goes on increasing and reaches a maximum value at the distance of that is the 0.53 angstrom, or it is a 0.529 angstrom, and then begins to decrease and the finally becomes negligible at a large distance. So this is the graph between the radius and the 4 pi r square dr chi square. That is the radial probability, and it is a graph for the 1s orbital. And the radial probability distribution curve for the other orbitals is also here. So firstly, radial probability distribution curve, in the 1s orbital, we can see that there is the not any node here. Okay, because the s orbital is very near to the nucleus, so there is no node present. And in the when we talk about the probability distribution curve for the 2s orbital, and so that it consists of the two maxima. Here we can see in the graph there are the two maxima, and separate by the region where the radial probability is 0, and which is represented in the diagram, that is the node. Na? So the node means there is the probability of finding the electron is 0. So this is called the node. So thus the 2s orbital has one node. Okay. Then when we come to the 3s orbital, so here we can see the 3s orbital has a 3 maxima. So it means there are the two nodes are present. So in general, for any ns orbital, so there are the maxima and n minus 1 nodes here. Okay. So for s orbital, now come to the p orbital. So here we can see in the radial probability distribution curve for the p orbitals. So the radial probability distribution curve for p orbital, we can show that the probability of 2p electron that increases as the radius from the nucleus increases. Okay, so reach a maximum value at equal to, that is 2.1 angstrom, and then decreases to a minimum. So here the radial probability distribution curve for the 3p, we can see in the 3p, that is, so it has the two maxima separated by a region of zero probability. And we know that the zero probability means there is one node. Okay. So similarly for we can see here the 4p. So it has the three maxima, and here the two nodes are present. So in generally, as just like the for one s orbital here, and generally any p orbital, np orbital has the n minus 1 maxima and n minus 2 node here. Okay, so these are the distribution curve, radial probability distribution curve for the S and the P. So in view of the discussion, it may be noted that the number of the nodes in any NS or NP orbital is the N minus L minus 1. So this is the basic formula by which we can calculate the number of radial nodes or the number of the angular nodes. So that is the N minus L minus 1. For if we take the example of the 3S and the 4D, so here we can see 3s means s 3 minus 0 minus 1, because value of L for s orbital is 0. Okay, we know about that the value of L for s orbital is 0. So that the in the 3s orbital, so there are the two nodes, two radial nodes are present. Okay, and then 4D, for 4D there are the one node only. Okay, so now then the number of the angular nodes is equal to L, and the for example the 2p there is the 1, and the 3D the angular node is 2 here. So these are the discussion of the angular node. And now come to the angular wave function. Okay, here the angular wave function. Here we are talking about the angular wave function. So we know that angular wave function is depends on the, as we uh, uh, see above, that on the L or M. It depends upon the L or M values. So it represent the atomic orbitals. Okay, the wave function psi for electrons in atoms. So it is called the atomic orbital, and the shape of an atomic orbital is mainly determined by L or M, L and M, and is independent of N. Okay, so here the shape of atomic orbital depends on theta and the phi values. So we can see that when L is equal to 0, so M, and then M is equal to 0, and the orbital is S. So we can see that the S orbital is independent for of L and M, L or M values. So they are for the shape of the S orbital. So the angular wave function is the under root 1 upon 4 pi. Okay, so the angular wave function for s orbital, we can see here that is independent of the angle theta and phi. So the wave function case of s orbital is independent of angle. Okay, so therefore the wave function depends only on the radius r, the point of interest. So therefore the orbital has same amplitude at all points at the same distance from the nucleus. Okay, so that is the nucleus regardless of the direction. Here for we goes to the when L, the value of L is 1. Here we when we talk about the for the p orbital shape of the p orbital. So it means for p orbital we know that the L is equal to 1. So hence here m has the three value that they may be the +1 or -1 or 0. Okay, so if the L is 1 then m is 0, so that the uh, here is the pz orbital, and the angular wave function is equal to 3 under root 3 upon 4 pi cos theta. And then when the L is 1, okay, and the m is 0, and here is the px orbital, so the angular wave function is the under root 3 upon 4 pi is the sine theta cos theta. Okay, so here that it depends upon the sine theta and the cos theta. Okay, and for the L is 1, then -1, m ki value m is 1, m value of the m is -1, then it shows the py orbital, and the value of angular wave function, that is the 3 upon 4 pi sine theta or cos theta. So when n is 2, then L is 0, and the orbital is the 2s orbital, which is spherical in shape. And when n is 2, L is 1. So in such a case, we have p orbital, which have the mark directional character, because the wave function is independent of the theta and the phi. Okay, and for L is equal to 1, m can be +1, 0, -1. So different values, the m correspond to orbitals of different orientations of the orbital angular momentum. Okay, momentum. Okay. Okay. So that is the discussion about the wave function of Schrodinger wave equation of hydrogen atom, and the radial probability distribution curve, and the angular angular wave function also. So so now I complete my lecture, and for any query can discuss with me.